I've been well trained.
No.
You don't have to carry a sword to be powerful.
I won't fail you.
Or do not.
I'm not afraid.
There is no try.
All right, we are back here at round 5. That is the 5th round of 8.
Round 4, actually.
Oh, you're right. I'm so hungry I can't do math. I'm like, quick. It needs to be round 5 because that means I would have eaten.
Yes.
But it's not, so I'm wrong. Anyways, this is round 4, and we are looking at a droid-on-droid mirror match with Satine. So let's talk a little bit about what we're going to see here.
I mean, we're going to see a lot of the same cards, I'm sure. We got Joe on the left from the Hyperloops, obviously very qualified with this deck, very good with it, and we got Kevin on the right, also on Satine Droid. So I mean, it's going to come down to removal and action sheet. I feel like who gets their key pieces first, I think will be the way this swings.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting game because the cards you draw, especially right now in that mulligan, is so important. You're going to need to look for key pieces such as Droid's Day Out, so you can get that action sheet going. You're going to want to look for ways to keep your mitigation hot. But the problem is your opponent could also do the same thing, which means your mitigation could be offline. There's a lot of play and counterplay that's going to be very interesting based on the cards you get, and how you sequence your stuff is going to be very important here.
And battlefield roll probably will be big here as well. Who gets it?
Well, let's take a look here. There's a couple numbers. Now, regardless of if you win or lose, because it's the exact same battlefield, who gives the shields? Like, say you're, Joe, you win. Do you take the shields, or do you go first?
I think it depends on what's in your hand. What you can put out there. That's probably what it looks like. Joe's got a Chewie's blaster. All right, so Kevin won. He's taking Joe's battlefield and takes the shields on, one on each droid. Okay.
Yeah, I think that sustainability could come very much into play.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the Chewie's Blaster, because that's a card we saw was very important yesterday.
Yeah, higher muscle come down for Joe. Chewie's Blaster, 3 costs. You can play it and then deal damage to the character you played on to roll it out. It doesn't get the resolution because that's Chewie's thing. So we got 2 indirect and a 2 resource for 1 on Satine. Higher muscle coming out with 2 shields for 1.
Yeah, but the thing is, now that it's out, you can flip with R2.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we could probably see a Droid's Day Out or an Off the Radar or Ewok Ambush.
See a Disassemble in Joe's hand. You can't see Kevin's hand as well.
What does that do?
That's a 0 cost event.
We're going to check it up on the DB, so we can either confirm nor deny the presence of a human child here tonight. For all of you Monsters, Inc. fans. So we're watching to see who throws down the first action sheet. It looks like Kevin either doesn't have it or doesn't want to.
Sorry, I meant dismantle, not disassemble. Spot a yellow character, choose a support and play that has no mods, then spend a resource equal to that support's cost to discard it.
Okay. So we see Kevin has not played any kind of action sheet, which generally means they don't have it. Especially early game, you want to get that out.
Yep.
Now we see damage go on to Satine.
That was from the indirect on Satine's dice.
Yeah. And something else. Come here. So
yep. So he fatefuled, I think.
Yes. Yeah. So the damage on the 2 was increased by 1 thanks to C-3PO. So Satine is taking all the damage, meaning he wants to keep the droids as healthy as humanly possible.
3 for 1 melee side on the higher muscle.
Okay, so if you're Joe, who do you take out first?
Well, and this is we're really digging into the mirror matchup. These guys even have almost the same color sleeves, if not the same. So that's obviously. You got to go for 3PO. I mean, Joe's a fantastic player. I mean, knows exactly what he's got to do. So, I trust his judgment in this match. He's got all the money.
All right, so
focusing.
Yep. So neither player decided to play any kind of action sheet. They're activating old fashioned. So it's very interesting because it could be a tell what's in their hand.
There's a Republic Cruiser.
Now, this is a card I like to play in my mill deck because what you could do is with the special, you could put 2 shields on a unique character. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you put 2 shields on a unique character or 1 shield across the board for non-unique? Or
So give a unique character 2 shields,
Yeah.
or give each of your unique characters 1 shield.
Yeah.
Also has a focus and 2 resource sides in addition to those 2 special sides.
So I would use this in mill decks for sustainability.
So there's
to
a
help keep
Chewie's
things
Blaster
alive.
coming out.
Yep.
And the Cruiser with the special
Oh,
side.
there's that. See, that's going to really be impactful because any kind of shield generation you can put onto the table means your characters are healthier longer.
Yeah.
And if you can stay alive longer and get the first kill, you're automatically at a huge advantage. Because each character in the deck has a very, very important role to play, and removing one of those from the table can heavily impact your ability to play out your strategy.
And there's the disassemble to get rid of the Cruiser.
Boy, oh
Dismantle.
boy.
Why do I keep calling it disassemble?
I don't know.
I'm
because
hungry too.
You're hungry.
Yeah.
You're hangry, man.
Dismantle.
You're hangry.
Dismantle.
So we need to order. We need a DoorDash. Someone on the Twitch stream, order us a pizza, please. Help some hungry casters out. All right, so R2 comes in. He's going to roll out and then flipinate something to whatever he wants. Let's see what he does here.
2 melee.
All right, so
Focusing to the 3 side on Chewie's Blaster.
So Joe's got a lot of damage capacity, but Kevin has no damage and shields.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you may or may not have heard that wah from the Nova Open Orc players. Those guys are crazy. Orcs are crazy players.
All right,
But
so
a hilarious game to play.
R2 on R2 action there, dealing with some 2 melee.
All right, it's getting squishy here.
3-2. 3PO. Yep.
3PO? Yeah.
All right, so 2 after the shields.
I do not disagree with that. 3PO has more dice, and he gives you the capacity to increase your values for free, which means all of your dice are really good. So if he's dead, all of your dice are much less good.
Getting the melee side on R2 as well as the blank, and going to flip it with Faithful to the 3 side.
Yep. So C-3PO is in a very dangerous place because we didn't see removal come out. So we're probably going to see...
Power Action Feed.
Yep. So we're probably going to see some significant damage put onto 3PO, which means if he's only got 4 health left, he is in prime striking distance on the next round. But the trade-off here is C-3PO, or I'm sorry, R2-D2 on Joe's side does have 3 damage, as does Satine. So either player could play something crazy like a Droid's Day Out, do a lot of damage.
It was a field medic.
Yep.
And I think Joe has the exact same card in his hand, so we might see another field medic come out.
What's Field Medic do?
So you're going to heal some damage. It's pretty simple.
It's a really good card, excellent sustainability, gives you that extra little oomph you need sometimes to get the, next turns, to get the activations you need, get the damage, get the resources, whatever you want.
So he heals 2 damage, as we see in there.
All right, so we're seeing a lot of very similar play, a lot of damage is being removed, and things are going on. But Joe still does have that Chewie's Blaster, while Kevin doesn't have anything on the table. And at this point, that could be
a half-dead 3PO.
Yeah, that could be... Well, no.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
that's right. He has 4. You could see that one upgrade make all the difference
And there's
here.
a higher muscle coming out for Kevin.
So what are your thoughts here?
I mean, I think Joe's got a better board state. I mean, the higher muscle certainly helps, but I think Kevin also has the damage. Damage was equal on both sides at the start of this round, but Joe has it spread out 3 on Satine, 1 on R2, whereas Kevin has it all on 3PO. So I think that's significant. You're gonna burst down that character.
All right, R2 rolls out. He's going to flipinate into 3 for 1.
Seems good.
Yep. Is it 3 for 1 or just 3 natural?
I think it's 3.
Yep. So that puts C-3PO in a really bad place.
Motive here, probably on range.
As long as he doesn't have removal, which is not the
And
case.
there it is.
All right. So Joe is attempting to set up a 3 for free.
like he's
activate R2 or activate 3PO
Mm-hmm.
and get 4 damage for free, which would have killed his opponent's C3PO.
And there's it's like a hand cannon in Joe's hand.
So there's a lot of options. So Kevin is defending very well, but there's only so long you can do that in Destiny.
1 and a blank. Reroll it with Satine's ability, and it gets another money.
So what is Satine's ability exactly?
So after, and picking comes down. That was
easy pickings is gross. It allows you to spot a yellow character for 1 resource, remove 2 dice, showing the same value and the same symbol. So having 2 resources on the table means those 2 dice are prime targets to get removed. So we see the counter Satine play, and we get a blank and a money, and we have a focus on a money. So no easy pickings in return. Joe doesn't have any money, so he couldn't really do it anyways. But you're right, the hand cannon does come down on 3PO, so this is going to be interesting because Joe has a much better upgrade package, while Kevin has... he's defended it's weird because the defense is high, but over the course of the next few rounds, you're eventually going to get so much more damage out of these dice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we see 2 focus.
And 2 gun on the hand cannon.
So where do you go from here?
Oh, man,
You could flip R2 into 2 and show lethal, but that would take 2 actions to resolve.
Yep.
So do we have anything out of hand that could just kind of blow 3PO out of the water really quickly?
Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's got the crate speeder, fickle, and couldn't see the other one. So
We'll have to wait and see.
yeah, 2 melee and a money. So there's resolution against 3PO for 3 damage.
All right, looks like 3PO has 7 out of 8, so he's not looking super good.
Flank to get rid of the hand cannon. So 3PO is gonna live for right now anyway.
Yeah, and here's the other thing that was interesting, which we noted in the previous Ewok match. Joe's been playing lots of offense, lots of upgrades, lots of removal, lots of things like that. And Kevin has been playing lots of defense. But the problem is eventually Joe's going to draw into his removal. And Kevin drawing into upgrades with dead characters is not nearly as good in late game as the other way around.
Yep. There's the fickle. And of course, no, just 1 money over on Kevin's side, so cannot buy the fickle if it would, for any reason whatsoever, unless he gets more money.
All right, he could have a near miss or some sort of removal.
Yeah.
All right, R2.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
all right,
I
money
keep
and a
these 2 mixed
shield
up.
for 3PO.
So what's he going to do here?
2 shields, I
Excellent
believe.
move. That's a great move.
Yeah.
Now, if Fickle rolls a 3-for-1, that's not feeling so good.
Mm-hmm. And faithful to get 2 money, so now he can buy the fickle.
Yeah. Which I think is the right play because if
Yeah.
Joe rolls lethal, he can keep himself alive. If he doesn't, then as we see here, you can activate R2 and
Ooh, rolls a 2.
you can do some things here. Maybe flip Satine into 2 indirect. Maybe get some more shields. Who knows? Let's see what he wants.
Yep, 2 indirect.
All right. He's going for damage.
Takes the money from away.
Not a bad play.
Nope.
All right. Let's see where the damage goes. The really interesting thing is we've yet to see either player action sheet.
Yeah.
Which means the deeper we go, the higher the probability is for someone to just say, all right, here's a droid's day out. Deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, for the for Kevin's side on the right, I feel like an action sheet would be super good on next round so he can at least get 3PO's dice in and do some, resolutions before he dies. Because I don't think he's going to survive another round.
Mm-hmm. 2 damage to R2. Okay.
Okay. So what's the best thing that Kevin can do in the next round here?
I mean, get more stuff on the board, really. Continue to build his board state, because, that's not... Joe's winning board state right now. He's got the hand cannon, the Chewy's blaster, and the fickle. All right, dealing the indirect here.
3 indirect damage is no joke.
Nope.
No, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
There's a lot more stuff on Joe's side, And Kevin has been, running through his mitigation, which he's still alive, which is good.
Yeah.
Losing 3PO there would have been disastrous. But he's going second. So if Joe gets that droid's day out, if he gets any kind of action
day,
sheet,
yeah. I mean, anything like
if
that.
he gets any kind of card that gives him an action sheet, you could see a dead C-3PO really fast. Just because he only has 1 health left. The Chewie's blaster has a 3. So if you activate both 3PO and R2, you just flip, resolve, boom, you're toast. Or does the hand cannon have it? Or I mean, you can even do R2's die at 2. Like if you naturally roll it.
Yeah.
Flip the Chewie's blaster into the 4-for-1, resolve the 3 damage into 3. Like, there's a lot of ways Joe can just kill.
Pitches the whole hand.
Oh yeah, I think he knows
Yeah.
he can dump in, get an action sheet, and just blow that 3PO out of the water.
Easy pickings, hand cannon.
Yeah, players. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Players of this caliber know their ratios,
Yep.
and they absolutely know if I can hit any kind of action sheet, that character is toast.
And that's some paint.
Yeah, but he still has. So he has the R2 flip, and as we've seen before many times with Ewok Ambush, you can activate a non-elite character, and you have Ambush, which means you get to activate 2 droids and make your opponent real sad. So we know C-3PO is going
to
to
2.
Yeah, C-3PO is going to die. How does Kevin get out of this? Can he get out of this, and what is his path to do so?
I mean, 3PO dying is going to be rough here, especially with his board state the way it is. Activating 3PO.
Yeah, but
He's
there's
gonna-
3 damage on both droids and
Yeah.
5 on Satine, so
true.
he could kill him.
He could. Again, figure out what he's going to get. So he's going to disrupt and then kill 3PO. Yep.
So here's
Yep.
that is probably the best possible option because
Take away his money and get off. So get 3PO off the board.
Yeah, economic disruption is one of the most devastating things in Destiny because a lot of the things you need to play cost resources.
Yep.
Your removal suite is expensive, and having no money, no C-3PO. I mean, like, you do have your hidden motive,
And it doesn't hit it.
but the reality is you're on the back foot now.
Well, he can't buy the Fickle. What was the blank? But the 2-for-1 on Satine is also offline right now, which he hits. So that continue to build the board state that way. Double one, man, and pick it. Yep.
Yeah, easy pickings is a very powerful card in this situation because Kevin has no money, he has limited dice. His hired mercenaries, hired muscle, does not have any way to resolve. R2 can do things, but you're not going to be able to kill right now with what's on the field at this very moment. Both players are being very patient and making excellent decisions, though, based on every single iteration of where they are in the game.
There's some
very
damage
impressive to
and
watch.
EMP to get rid of it.
So what does that card do?
So electromagnetic pulse, you can 0 cost and remove a vehicle die or a droid die.
I feel like that's really good if you're in a mirror match.
Yeah, not too bad.
I feel like it's really good if there's any droids anywhere.
Yeah, which hey, there might be. So gonna
this meta
feed-
may or may not have some droids.
feed action there to remove the Fickle to get him money, which I'm sure Kevin would love right now for that hired muscle they just rolled out.
Yeah. So who is the next target? Your R2 can still flip things, but he only has 1 die.
Yeah.
Satine makes a lot of money, but she doesn't deal a lot of damage. Like, oh, there it is.
Yep.
So we see droid on droid.
Another
hatred.
hand cannon.
Yep. That's going to feel real nice considering Satine gets to roll out and re-roll a die.
Yeah.
And she's got focus.
There's the indirect side on the cannon.
And the focus.
And indirect side on Satine. Disrupt. Not doing much there on the Chewie's blaster, so there's 3 indirect. And so doing 5 indirect damage here, so there's 4 and 5 off the shield.
So say we go into the next round and Kevin gets like the perfect hand. What's he searching for here? Like Well, what will save it? Like, does he need a Chewie's blaster? Does he need a hand cannon? Because don't forget, R2 isn't touched.
Yeah.
You put a Chewie's blaster on him, and you roll out, and you get a great value. Then you activate R2 and get another great value you can flip into. That's a dead character on Joe's side of the table.
Yeah, I mean, I think he needs something impactful here. I mean, he needs definitely more than what he's got, unfortunately. Definitely playing on the back foot here. Joe is in pretty good shape. I mean, 5 health left on R2, 5 on 3PO, 4 left on Satine, so he would need something pretty impactful to happen, and doesn't look like it's going to happen here.
The other thing to consider is, unfortunately, Kevin does have a lot of dead draws because Droid Stay Out doesn't really help him.
Off the sensors is off the table.
Yeah, off the sensors. I see what you did there. Roger. You also have, like, your Ewok glider can be useful because you could activate R2 and then get Satine out. But you're just, like, you really don't want to draw on the things that you can't use because right now every card needs to be some sort of gas.
Mm-hmm. And 4 for 1 there. I mean, why not, right?
All right. Well, so here's the thing. That's a dead Satine if that die gets resolved.
Mm-hmm.
Satine has 7 damage on her, 9 health in total. Oh, did he also get a 2 on R2?
He got the 2 on R2.
Yeah, so what Joe's going to do is he's going to activate 3PO and get the 3 free kill.
Mm-hmm.
So he makes sure all of his damage is maximized 100%. Because not only are, both these players are very skilled, but they understand the concept of overkilling a creature, a character, is very inefficient. You don't want to do that. He goes for R2.
Yep.
Excellent choice. So R2 can't do things. R2 can't flip.
Yep.
So,
R2, he definitely can't do a lot when he's dead.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Great speeder.
All right.
And that's game.
All right. Well, congratulations to Joe and Kevin here in round not 5.
4.
It's almost lunchtime. All right. But yeah, that was an excellent play. We got to see some high-level Destiny. But what was really interesting is we got to see 2 completely different perspectives of how the droids work. Joe was very aggressive early game. He got a lot of upgrades out. Kevin played a lot of defense, which, you hear the statement, good defense is a great offense.
Mm-hmm.
And he was able to, keep a lot of damage off early game. But the problem was when it came into the late game, he didn't have any damage to kill anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's an interesting thing to watch in Destiny is your defense can be really good, but you still have to mix and match both offense and defense in order to get strong board states over the course of the game.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, when you have a mirror match like that, I mean, it helps to know the deck in and out like Joe does. I mean, that was why he was able to really bring the paint in this game. So I think the dismantle on the Republic Cruiser.
Oh, that was huge.
That was big.
Absolutely critical.
So yeah, I mean, great performance by Joe as always. He's a great player and one of the top personalities in the Destiny community. So no surprise that he was able to pull that one out.
Yeah. That was very enjoyable to watch. So we are going to wrap up round 4. Now, for everyone watching, we are taking a lunch break. I believe we start at 3:20, so that's going to be approximately 50-ish minutes from now. There is still 12 minutes left in the round, but that's cool because we don't care. We're not going to play. Yeah. So all of us are going to just get on. Anyways, jokes aside, though, this has been a blast. We're halfway through. We've seen amazing gameplay. We've seen all kinds of decks. We've seen all kinds of players. This is just great. This is why we're here, is to enjoy a great game, a great community, have a lot of fun. So thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying this, definitely check out the Chance Q. Follow them on Twitch, like them on Facebook, so on and so forth, because we're going to have tons of content coming out today. We're going to have day 2 tomorrow. It's just going to be Destiny on out of control. So thank you for watching.
This coverage of Star Wars Destiny is supported in part by our patrons. The Chance Cube wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the support of our patrons. We appreciate each and every one of you who generously support us in our mission to explore Star Wars Destiny and educate players along the way. We couldn't do it without you. If you would like to join our friends in high places, then head over to patreon.com/The Chance Cube. $1 a month goes a long way to maintaining and growing content like this and much more. And special thanks to Jim Goss, Derek Bertram, and Nathan Henderson for their generous support as top tier patrons.